Welcome to Jarring Everything. I'm Sam Payon, and we're filming right here in my Sonoma production kitchen. With the help of my friend Roy, we've warmed up this industrial space with flowers from my farmer friends, and of course, the most beautiful produce Sonoma has to offer. My goal with this series is simple: to show approachable ways to think about ingredients differently. In a time where so much feels uncertain, learning how to create your own shelf-stable foods is more than a kitchen skill. It's a powerful, hopeful act. You'll notice what I call my general-ish percentages. Fermentation works anywhere from 2 to 5% salinity, but I still use a gram scale to keep it simple and approachable. Together, we will ferment, pickle, and preserve what's in season, and explore how these traditions can nourish us in new ways. This is my kitchen, my community, and my home. Welcome in. Hi everyone, welcome back to Jarring Everything, our hyper-seasonal outlook on preservation. I'm Sam Payon, and today we're working with citrus, bright, sharp, and deeply aromatic. Citrus is one of the most powerful ingredients we have for preservation, and each brings its own twist. We'll start with preserved Meyer lemons. I have salt out, local Meyer lemons, my jar is sanitized, and the first on our project list today is preserved Meyer lemon. Let's prepare our lemons first by crisscrossing them about 90% through. So I will take off the little butt here. And then almost all the way, just so we can open up the citrus. If you accidentally cut through the entire thing, no worries at all. There's a point where I had to rip them all apart just to put them in the jar, so. All right, we'll start with layering salt and lemons until the jar is filled up. So salt goes in. You're gonna think, wow, this is a lot of salt, but that's what the recipe is. All right, I will open this up, pour a bunch of salt in there, add a little chili just for a little base, and start really pressing down, layering the lemons, and maybe squishing some of that juice right out. What's happening? So much salt, yeah. What's happening is eventually the citrus will break down and the juice combined with that salt is going to create its own brine. More salt, a little more chili. And this gets stuffed right in. All it takes is Meyer lemons, salt, a little Aleppo pepper. Over time, the rind softens, the flavor deepens, and the salt transforms them into something that keeps for a year or more. I'll show you a batch that I've had going for about 7 days, just to take a look at the process in process. This cheesecloth was and will be added to this just for protection against any unwanted mold. This is what it looks like 7 days in. It does need to go a while longer. These are a finished batch though. These are ready to use in dishes. Preserved lemons are a cornerstone of Moroccan cooking and prized for their salty, sour depth. In fact, they're one of the few ingredients, or the few traditional ingredients, where the peel, not the flesh, becomes the star. You could stir it into grains like quinoa or amaranth, or for a citrusy punch, and blend into yogurt dips, butter sauces, or even scone batter. Up next is a sauce deep in umami, a blood orange ponzu sauce. Let's make a ponzu sauce. Traditionally, this calls for yuzu juice, but I'm using a combination of blood orange and lemon juice. Being from Sonoma, I have pretty special citruses, and I'll use a total of about half a cup of citrus juice. So this all goes in here. Adding about half of a cup of soy sauce. And again, I'm using tamari because I like the non-gluten part of everything. I'll add 2 tablespoons of mirin. And then a half a cup of bonito, which is the dried tuna, smoked tuna flakes. This is a little piece of kombu for a deep umami addition. And then this just gets covered and stored in our refrigerator for a week, at least 3 days, 2 to 3 days, up to a week, and then we'll strain it. Now this has been sitting for about a week. And we'll strain this, and this is our finished ponzu. Ponzu originated in Japan during the 17th century, influenced by Dutch traders who introduced vinegar. Over time, citrus replaced vinegar as the souring agent, creating the version we know today. Use it as a dipping sauce for dumplings, sashimi, or tempura, or as a dressing for noodles, rice dishes, or grilled meats. Our next project is a favorite of mine. We're making candied kumquat and brown butter hazelnut relish. I have kumquats that I've sliced and removed the seeds from. I have slowly pan roasted hazelnuts in brown butter, creating this toasty brown butter, and now we're going to build a candied kumquat and brown butter hazelnut relish. I have water and sugar that I'm gonna bring up to a simmer. Basically a simple syrup. Coming up to a simmer. I have simple syrup coming up to a simmer now, so I'll drop the sliced kumquats in for about 20 seconds. Kumquats are unique because you eat them whole. The peel is sweet while the inside is tart. Let me put this into a bowl. Cooking them for less than a minute in sweetened water, and then folding in hazelnuts, parsley if you want, olive oil, and a spice if you're into that, makes a relish that will last for about 2 weeks. I love this spooned over grilled asparagus or roasted chicken. Or paired with fresh cheeses or mild whitefish like halibut. This smells so good. I'm gonna cool this completely before I end up placing it into our sanitized jar. We're concluding today with a Mandarin Kosho, a citrusy take on chili paste. Our last project today is a Mandarin Orange Kosho, a citrus chili paste inspired by the Japanese condiment yuzu kosho. Here we'll add citrus peel and chili to the blender, add 5% its weight of salt, and process until it becomes a paste. This is about 8 ounces of total citrus and chili. So at 5%, that means we're adding 0.4 ounces of kosher salt. These are Lucento peppers, locally grown. They are a Spanish pepper, iconic from the black seeds that this has. I'll show you. Isn't that cool? All right, this goes into the blender. Same with some of our citrus juice. And then I'll weigh out 0.4 ounces of kosher salt. Let's get this blitzing. We will prepare this jar for fermentation by placing a small piece of cheesecloth directly on the surface of the citrus and chili paste, just to ensure no probiotic bacteria start growing. Okay, this goes right over, and this gets set aside for at least 4 weeks. Over time, they ferment into a bold, spicy, citrus-forward paste that will last for up to 2 years. Yuzu Kosho is a Japanese condiment made with chili and yuzu peel. I'm here in California, where we have so many different bold chilies and citrus. This takes on just one example of the snapshot of the season. The sweetness from this orange will round out the spiciness from the chili. You can mix into soy sauce as a dipping sauce for sushi or dumplings. You can stir into ramen, soups or marinades, or whip into mayo for a bright, spicy spread. Let's take a look at all the citrus we prepared today. Preserved Meyer lemon with Aleppo pepper, a blood orange lemon ponzu sauce, candied kumquat and brown butter hazelnut relish, and a mandarin kosho. Citrus doesn't just brighten up dishes, it transforms them. From preserved lemons to bold kosho, citrus proves that acid and aroma can be just as powerful as salt or sugar in preservation. Scan this QR code for more on Golden State Pickle Works. Thank you for joining me on Jarring Everything, and I'll see you next time when we take another seasonal ingredient and discover what it can become.